Information security means protecting the privacy of communications between you, your colleagues, and your sources. It also means defending your data from destruction or snooping eyes. Your notes, your itinerary, the confidential details of your sources, your audio and video files all need to be protected. When you're working in the field, your digital files may be the most precious item you carry. Losing them can mean more than losing a story. It can put you or a source at risk. I'm Danny O'Brien, and I work on information security issues for the Committee to Protect Journalists. The high-tech threats against journalists are increasing in number and sophistication. But you can counter those threats by minimizing the amount of information you need to protect, developing some consistent habits, and taking some fairly straightforward countermeasures. You probably keep a lot of data on a laptop, but remember, you may keep just as much on your phone: contact information, emails, or even more if it's a smartphone like an Android or an iPhone. Both should be locked up with a password or PIN, but is that enough? Often a password just stops someone from getting onto your phone or laptop. It doesn't usually prevent a determined attacker from scanning your hard drive or just taking the memory card out from your device. They might do this without you even knowing. Laptops have been scanned and copied at customs points where their owners sat in another room completely unaware. And mobile devices are increasingly vulnerable to malware, viruses and trojans that can be inserted onto the system and then copy the data without you knowing. So here are some simple steps you can take to better protect that data. First off, you can turn on full disk encryption on your computer. That will scramble your hard drive so that someone else won't be able to decode it. To avoid the risks of having important information on an unprotected smartphone, consider using a cheaper throwaway phone when you go into a risky environment and put minimal personal information on it. Don't forget that it will still log your calls, and when you carry it, the local phone company knows who you're talking to and where you are. If you have a confidential meeting, you may want to leave even that phone at home. You might also consider quarantining your most precious information into something that isn't quite as obvious as a laptop or a phone. Copy the data onto a USB key or memory stick and keep that hidden. You can encrypt the contents of those sticks too, using software like TrueCrypt, which will password protect it. Strong passwords are another important part of information security, but choosing a good password isn't as easy as you think. Modern password crackers can attempt millions of combinations in just a few seconds, so a good password can't just be a few characters. Instead, choose a passphrase, a combination of words and punctuation that lasts a lot longer but is much harder to break. To find out more tips, including how to pick a really strong passphrase, go to cpj.org/journalist-security.